Hi guys, it's Mike here. Today I'm making a pon card for Father's Day, which in the Netherlands is in June, so quite a bit away, but here it is. And I'm using the Hero Arts Koi color layering stamp set. And it's also from the stash of the new stuff that I haven't used yet. And I wanted to make a glittery pond with this gorgeous aqua, but that's the last bit I have. And short of ordering it online, I can't find it anywhere. And this is for father, but you can change the sentiments. Keep on swimming if you want an encouragement, or happy birthday, or anything actually. And I pulled out all my wow glitter blue stuff, embossing powders. And some have blue specks on white, some have gold, and some have silver. But in the end, I chose to go with vintage peacock, which I think is rather glorious because it has quite a variation in the powder. And I use this Z image from Google. I'm not sure if that's the name of the artist, but the Hero Arts, it says to start with white, but on white cardstock that really, doesn't make sense. So I looked for kois, because, my father may keep them, but I have no idea what they look like, except white and orange, but also black spots. And those spots are important, apparently, for the kind of fish they are, but I'm not an expert. So I'm putting some plastic underneath. And I wanted to use this new dabber, which I hadn't opened yet. The Ranger Embossed Dabber is... I couldn't get it out. I can't squeeze because of my arthritis very hard. And I might have to keep it upside down for a while, maybe, to saturate the foam. But yeah, I decided to use the ink pad instead for the video. It also works, but of course you go around the edges and you have more mess. So a bit of scrap paper just to catch all the glitter, which, make sure you shake. And yeah, sorry, that's my robe. I'm so cold. I put it back on after I got dressed. And you can already see how shiny and pretty it is. And I think it looks like water. I mean, I might be wrong. Ponds are usually not blue. At least mine aren't. Mine are green from the algae in it. And it warped a little bit, but I will fix that later. That's okay. And this circle is a little bit bigger than the one on the panel, so you couldn't see the edges. And of course you can trace the circle onto the card base and dab it on there. I'm sorry, my frog. But because I only make really small swatches, I wasn't sure what it would look like big. So I chose to do it on the panel, and I could, throw away if necessary and start again. So this example from Z, I'm sorry if I'm not saying it right, but has blue in it instead of black, which I liked very much, and makes it less stark. And of course blue on top of orange will make it grayish, blackish, but it's not as black as black. Does that make sense? I'm sure it doesn't, but it's in my head it does. So I'm putting it in a corner so I can turn the paper around and stamp it twice, because I wasn't sure whether the Tangelo orange or the Potter's Clay orangey brown would be better. So I thought I'd just do both. And I thought I made sure it was always in the corner, but it wasn't. And the second generation stamping was a little bit too faint, so I'm stamping it again. I thought this yellow was maybe a bit strong, but the second generation, it didn't make any sense. So second layer, I'm doing it with either Tangelo or potter's clay. This is Tangelo. And I'm of course cleaning it with my chamois in between. Just not to contaminate the colors, because I want that Tangelo or the potter's clay to show up as its intended color. And this is the spots. And I'm using Paris Dusk to stamp those. And as I said, again, together with the orange, it will look almost black or really dark grey, but not black. Not as blue as in the watercolor that I showed you earlier. I really like it. Maybe I should just send that to my daddy instead of my card. But yeah. And you see here, it shifted somewhere a little bit. But yeah, it's fine. It's homemade. I'm learning to accept those things. For the eyes and mouth, I chose black, just to make it come alive. Without the eyes, it looks like a dead fish. And now it looks like, oh, he's alive. Have you ever seen the eyes of a boiled fish? Not pretty. And on the that was the I think Janus Makula made that example. She used the lilies, but I'm using Prima flowers because that's part of the challenge. I'm submitting it to the Monday challenge from Simon Says Stamp, which is make a splash, which I guess it's water. And the Wednesday challenge is about flowers and showers, and I'm showcasing the Prima marketing. So I had my scan and cut it out, and I really need more practice with it. I had to cut it twice because it didn't cut through, and the mat was a bit too sticky for my paper, I guess. And I'm not sure, my pressure is on 5.5 or 6 even, and it still didn't cut right through, and otherwise it cuts into the mat, so I have to find a medium, which, I guess the manual would be a good idea to read one day, but I haven't so far. So making sure the sentiment is straight with grit that is laminated for easy cleanup. And I'm using, of course, the Versafine Black Onyx ink, which I'm also heat setting a little bit. I am clumsy, so I better be safe than sorry. And I'm tracing the opening with my pencil. And so I know where to put the circle, although the circle is bigger. And that will, of course, cover it. And because it's warped, I think my tape runner wouldn't be strong enough. So I use this red sticky tape, which is really strong. But I always fumble with the release paper, so I cut it out. It takes a while to, if you access. I cut my nails yesterday because I'm spending more time in the garden, and yeah, you won't want to see the state of my nails after an afternoon in the garden. Or the allotment. I have a vegetable patch. It's not really a garden. So I'm raising the panel with foam tape. And I'm using this really scrunched up paper that came in a box with an online delivery. And I was so happy to find in the release paper, so I kept it. But yeah, they scrunched it up to fill up the box so it wouldn't move around what I ordered in there. Which, was the dabber and the liquid glass I'm going to use later. And that's still drying, so I'm still waiting to take a picture. But, yeah. So, the really sticky foam tape needs to be positioned in one go, because you can't take it off without ruining everything. And now because the panel is raised and the fish is sticking off the sides, you can see the little fuzzies the scanner cut left behind. But yeah, homemade, as I say. And I'm supporting the bits that are above the water, which is a lower level, I guess, than the panel. And then for the stuff that I'm adhering to the panel immediately, I'm just using tape runner. And you could use the other one as well in the other corner, but I'm using these flowers instead of lily pads because I think they match well with the project. And the purple is the opposite of orange, so and well, yellow actually, but let's not go there. And it makes it pop a little bit. I think a little bit of a darker color makes everything look more vibrant. So yeah, this is pretty much the card's finished except for the liquid glass. And here you can see I put that on before I started filming, so that was about 20 minutes ago, and it's also quite hard but not completely clear yet. And I guess it's like glossy accents, but I was really curious, and I was ordering some mixed media stuff, so I thought I'm gonna try that. And I'm tapping it to make sure the domes go a little bit flatter. And I'm adding a bit more because I thought it was too sparse. And I think they will look like dewdrops, I hope, when they clear up. So that's the card finished, and I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you again next week. So bye.